Okay, I am Trish with Unique Me 303 Healing and Empowerment. I have been trying to go live on Facebook for the last half an hour or so, and it's not letting me see anybody's comments, so I came here to go live for you guys. I'm hoping that everybody that was on the live on Facebook joins me here. Let's see, is this me right now? Hi Rajni, how you doing, honey? Glad I can see comments this time. What is going on here? Okay, guys, let me get some names on here. It has been a long time. Hi, Dorothea. How you doing? Sorry about the way it was going on YouTube. It really flippin' sucks. I really hate when that happens, especially when I'm trying to go live. I'm trying to get this where you guys can see me okay. Okay. If you guys are wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that you're putting your name in the comments if you're wanting a reading. I'm not working anymore. This is going to be my full-time thing for a while. Hopefully forever. Yes, Rajni, I got you as number 1 on the list, hon. Make sure, guys, if you're making a payment for a paid reading, that you're coming back and tell me how many cards you paid for. 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. So far, I have Rajni and Dorothea on the list. If anybody else is wanting a reading, please put your name into the comments. Is it Naresh? How are you, honey? I hope I'm saying that right. Naresh. I apologize if I am not saying that correctly. You will be number 3. I do love it. I did love it. There was just a lot of things that was going on with it, and it's just time. Spirit has been bringing me constantly back to doing my business, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing, so that's what I'm doing. But yes, I did love it. I'm going to put the link for payments in the comments real quick. Give me just a second. Okay, guys, I have got the links for payment in the, well, if I can get off my dress here. Links for payment in the comments. Let me press send here. Okay, guys, there we go. I do have the payment links in the comments here. I'm going to go ahead and get started here in just a second. I want to make sure that I got everybody on the list so far. I do have Rajni, Dorothea, and Naresh. If there's anybody else that's wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that you're making a payment for any paid readings and coming back and tell me how many cards that you paid for. So far I have Rajni, Dorothea, and Naresh. I understand that all too well. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Again, if you're wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. If I'm not seeing your comment, it's because you are not on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, make sure that you get on YouTube and put your name into the comments. I will not be able to see them if you're not actually on YouTube. All right, which cards do I go to for Rajni, please? Thank you. Okay, Rajni, this is going to be for you. Am I doing popsicle sticks or cards today? Okay, Rajni, this is going to be for you, hon. What messages do you have for Rajni, please, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Rajni, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please. There's something that's awakening in you at this time that is helping you to get more connected with spirit. I do feel like you're getting premonitions. If you're not getting premonitions yet, then this is something that is coming to you. You are being called a wise soul. So you're somebody that's an old soul, a wise soul, somebody that's went through many lifetimes or currently going through at this time, presently, many lifetimes and experiencing a lot of things that are helping you in this lifetime now. I do feel like there's some sort of deja vu moments that may be happening for you or either are going to start happening for you where you're just connected with time frames that may have happened or are currently happening in another lifetime. We all are multidimensional beings, so we exist here now and in other planes at the same time. So there's something about getting connected with those. There may be a lot of dream time that is showing you things from the past, things in the present, and things that are coming in the future. Maybe ways of letting go of things so that you can move into another timeline as well, is what I'm getting. Just give me one of those, please. The blessed treasure within. The qualities that you admire in others you also possess. There is a treasure within you. This card is here to help you to reconnect with a well of wisdom, creativity, and beauty inside you. It is time to shine your light. I hope that you got something out of your reading, hun. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. If you guys see me looking in 2 different directions, it's because I've got you guys live here and over here I am looking at the comments. It's a lot easier to see the comments. So guys, if you're wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that if you're making a payment for one of the paid readings, that you're making that payment and coming back and tell me how many cards that you paid for so that you can get the right amount of cards. I do have Dorothea and Naresh on the list for reading. Again, I have 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. I see that quite a few people are watching, but I only have 3 names on the list. So make sure that if you're wanting your name on the list that you're putting in. All right, moving on to Dorothea. Which cards I go to for Dorothea, please? Which cards am I going to? Thank you. Dorothea, this is for you, hun. What messages do you have for Dorothea, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please. For Dorothea, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Dorothea. Love, romance, finance, thank you. So you got the Five of Cups, which instantly tells me that you may have something that you're going through at this time that makes you feel like you've lost, or maybe that you don't have enough, or maybe it just feels like you lost hope in some sort of situation. However, if you look behind you, you will see that you have more than what you may think that you have. This may be a situation that has to do with the people around you, or maybe even friendships. Maybe I'm kind of getting this alone feeling, and feeling like it's no longer wanted. Maybe you've been in this time frame of silence, stillness, getting connected with spirit, and now you're going to feel as if something is breaking through. More friendships are coming, friendships or relationships that are in alignment with you. It's almost like things had to be taken away from you so that more things could come in. But I do feel like this is really referring to friendships or some sort of relationships that are being built around you. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. I am still feeling this like alone type of feeling though. So if you're feeling this way, this is something that is going to come to pass. However, I do feel like you're meant to be there at this time for whatever reason. There's something that is happening, a shift, a pretty big shift that's happening. And I do feel, again, like it has to do with people in your life. It could have to do with other situations, but I really feel like it has to do with people right now. You also have a message of some changes that are happening within a business. This is something to do with entrepreneurship, putting yourself out there, making things new, maybe even revisiting things that you had visited before and revamping them, so to speak. I do feel like you're stepping more into your personal power, and you are taking a leap of faith in some sort of area of your life that has to do with business and money matters. There is something new that you're adding to something that you've already been doing, or maybe many new things that you need to add to something that you've been doing. However, I feel like what you're doing is enough, but if you're wanting to amp it up or revamp it or reinvent yourself in some way within this business endeavor, then adding new things, adding new services maybe even is something that you need to do. But this is a time of stepping into like your full power and taking back the reins, so to speak. So you may have had some sort of time off from business endeavors, maybe even some time off from people as well. So it just feels like altogether, if this isn't something that you went through, that this is something you're going to go through, but altogether there's been some downtime, or is going to be some downtime for you to reflect and revamp and reinvent yourself in some way, shape, or form. Okay, let's see. Kara, how are you doing, hon? I'll put you on the list. You're number 4. Lime and Leaf, are you wanting a reading? And if so, do you want to give me your first name, or you don't me to just call you Lime? What other messages do you have for Dorothea, please? Guys, if you're wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that if you're paying for a paid reading that you are making that payment and then coming back and tell me how many cards that you've paid for. So far on the list, I have Dorothea, Naresh, Kara, and Lime. If you're wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. A blessing from your soul. You are a beautiful soul full of infinite wisdom. Stop judging and start loving yourself. You are blessed with endless potential and on the verge of transforming into the radiant being that is your true essence. Shine your light and allow this blessing into your heart. I hope that you got something out of your reading, Dorothea. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. Have a wonderful evening. Hey, sis, how you doing? You're number 6, Rhonda. You're very welcome, Rajani. Much love to you, honey. You're very welcome, Dorothea. Much love to you, honey. All right, Naresh, you will be next. Then I have Kara, Lime and Leaf, and Rhonda. And guys, real quick before I forget, I am going live on YouTube tonight to do some chakra healing, chakra cleansing, and balancing of the elements within the body. So if you're wanting to participate in that, please be here at 8 o'clock tonight. This is no charge. It's going to be free. So please participate. Please share that I am going live tonight and invite your friends to be a part of. All right, guys, next person on the list, Naresh. Which cards do I go to for Naresh, please? Thank you. What messages do you have for Naresh, please, in love? What messages do you have for Naresh, please, in love, romance, finance? Okay, so there's... Let me get another message because I feel like I'm going to mess this up if not. Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. Okay, instantly, Naresh, what's coming out for you is a couple different things. First and foremost, I feel like Michael, Archangel Michael, is working with you at this time. There's some sort of balance that, something that is out of balance in your life, and Archangel Michael is helping that to come back in balance. Usually when Michael comes through, it's due to people going through some sort of awakening, and maybe they need to put more time and energy or balance the energy between their physical and spiritual life. I do feel like at this time your angels are asking you to start communicating with them, let them know exactly what it is that you're needing at this time, and then wait for them to give you the messages to move or to not move in a certain situation. And you'll know when you're supposed to move or not move in a situation by getting clarity and confirmation through other people, places, and things. Make sure that you're asking for that every morning when you wake up so that your angels can give you the clarity and confirmation in whatever way they see fit. But there is some sort of new connection or a new beginning when it comes to communication. This could be with spirit. This could also be with others in your life. But I really feel like this is referring to the connection with angels. However, it could be others in your life as well. There may be somebody that you're trying to avoid some sort of conversation with. Maybe there's something that you need to say or some sort of boundaries that you need to set, and you're afraid that maybe something isn't going to turn out exactly the way that it should, or, you know, maybe there's an employer or somebody that you need to talk to. There's definitely somebody that you're walking away from or not taking the chance to say what you need to say. This may be something that's coming in the very near future because I kind of get like a fast forward type of energy. So it may be something that's to come. However, just know that whatever this conversation is that needs to have, you need to have it. This is Spirit's way of giving you another confirmation or letting you know this is something that you need to do. Now, you do have the Page of Trees, which lets me know that there is dream time that is happening for you. Pay attention to the daydreams that you're having at this time. Any kind of dreams that are repeating, whether they're night dreams or daydreams, or just like these thoughts that just keep repeating to you, really pay attention to those. There's something about the thoughts that you're having are going to set you free in some sort of situation. There is freedom in something that you're learning at this time, and there are also freedom in something that you're going through. Whether or not you feel like you're learning some lessons that could be a little bit challenging, there is freedom right around the corner. There's a message about taking a stand in some sort of area. This has to do with another person or other people. But there's something about taking a stand for what you believe in. Setting boundaries is probably a really big deal at this moment in time for you. But really pay attention to what your daydreams, night dreams, continuous thoughts are that are repeating. They have messages for you. Am I supposed to take this one? Blessed tranquility. Your feelings are surfacing in order to be healed. Have faith and know that you are safe. Trust the current wave of emotions shall become a sea of tranquility, full of love and blessings. I hope that you got something out of your reading, Naresh. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. I have Kara, Lime, and Rhonda. If anybody else is wanting a reading, please put your name into the comments. 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that if you're making a payment for a paid reading that you're going and making that payment and coming back and tell me how many cards you paid for, please. Again, I have Kara, Lime, and Rhonda. Hi, John. How are you, honey? You will be number 7. I have 3 people ahead of you. Hi, Jen. How are you? Guys, right now I have Kara, Lime, Rhonda, John, and Jen. If you're wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that if you're making a payment for one of the paid readings that you're making that payment and then coming back and tell me how many cards you paid for, please. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Right now I have Kara, Lime, Rhonda, John, and Jen on the list. I do have room for more people. 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure if you're making a payment for one of the paid readings that you're making that payment and then coming back and tell me how many cards you paid for. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Kara. Which cards do I go to for Kara, please? Thank you. What messages do you have for Kara, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please. For Kara, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please. For Kara. Love, romance, thank you. You're stepping into a new cycle, but it's not before an old one ends. I do feel like you've been going through quite some kind of, I don't want to say turmoil, but let's just say some challenges in the past few years. Maybe even more so the past couple years you've been having some challenges, but now you can rest assured that the time of really hard challenges or even a lot of challenges are over. Well, as you move into this new move into this new cycle, this new timeline, expect that things are going to be a little bit easier for you. I do feel that as you come to an end in this cycle that you're going to feel a lot of relief. You're going to feel even like it's going to be a little bit of time for you to just rest and be still. I do feel like there's some things that you do need to ponder, need to think about, maybe some decisions that you have to make at this time. And I do feel like these decisions are going to come easy for you, even though whatever these decisions are that you're going to be making for quite some time, it's been a hard decision for you to make, probably due to fears, doubts, and insecurities or something of that sort. But just know that this is time of becoming more stable in a lot of different situations in your life. You are going to see a lot of movement in your life as well in the physical aspect of things. So this could be movement when it comes to relationships, some sort of movement when it comes to home or career path. You might even feel like something is changing and shifting up that comes to some sort of life purpose that you may have, but setting firm foundations, grounding yourself into situations that are pleasant and bring a lot of joy for you are going to pay off. You do have the number 8 card, which is a card of abundance. It's also a card of intuition and infinity. There is something that is being kept from you at this time, and I feel like it's being kept on purpose. This is Spirit's way of saying we have things that are up our sleeve that we want you to be a part of. However, some things are still in the working, some things are still in the making, and it's just not quite time. So if you've been getting some sort of intuitive hit, some sort of indicator that something is about to shift and change for you, or maybe you feel that shift and change coming, but you don't know all the ins and outs, this is why. Some things are better left unsaid. Sometimes if we know the outcome of how something is going to pan out for us, it can make us nervous. It can make us act or react in a different way out of fear, doubt, and insecurities or what have you. So this is asking you to go with the flow at this time, not take things too seriously. And it's asking you to approach this new timeline, this new cycle with ease and with an open mind. The opportunities that are coming to you now are opportunities that you've been asking for. However, they felt like they were a little bit out of reach, or maybe even far out of reach, but now these things are coming to you. You have the blessing of questioning. Examine and identify any belief that stems from an irrational fear. Ask yourself, do I still need this? If the answer is no, then replace it with a trusting, more loving belief. Blessings flow to you as soon as you do this. Set yourself free. I hope that you got something out of your reading, Kara. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Much love. Lion, this next reading is going to be for you, hun. Which cards do I go to for Lion, please? Lion, this is going to be for you. What messages do you have for Lion, please? And love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Lion. And love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self. So there's been something that you've been putting time and energy into, or wanting to put time and energy into, maybe even something that you've been waiting on for quite some time. This card is usually a card that I turn this side on its side, and it lets you see that there's something that you're observing from a higher perspective. You're seeing something from a higher state of consciousness. Maybe those around you don't see it quite the way that you do. However, whatever it is that this is referring to, you're seeing it in a higher light, in a higher perspective. There's still some things that are being worked out for you at this time. I don't know exactly what these things are, but I do feel like it's things that have to do with your spiritual life and things that have to do with your emotional mindset. There's something about the emotions have been changing and transforming for maybe quite some time even, and this is what has helped you to get to the place where you can just observe things and not really feel like you need to be in the mix of whatever this is, but observe. But now you're waiting, you've been patient, you've been trusting in the process, or either you're learning to be patient and trusting in the process as things are being woven for you and put together. You do have the ego card, which tells me it's time to get out of your fears, doubts, and insecurities. There's something that may be holding you back that has to do with your ways of thinking or your thought process, for sure. Again, you're seeing things from a higher perspective, so you're already in a higher state of consciousness, or either you're moving into this higher state of consciousness where you're able to see things a little bit different. It's asking you to pay attention to the devil and the angel on your shoulder, so to speak. What are they telling you? Is it lies, or is it of good? Is it of guidance? Is it of something of security? Only pay attention to those things that are of good love and guidance. Let go of all of those fears, doubts, and insecurities, because they're only going to hold you back. Again, seeing from a higher perspective is really put you in a good space. If you're not in this space yet, this is something that is yet to come, and it's something that you could look forward to very soon. You do have a number 5 on this card, which indicates a positive change of some sort, of major transformation. It could also refer to some extreme ways of being, a push and a pull type of energy. However, it doesn't have to. So just take it how it resonates with you. What other messages do you have, please, for Lyme? A blessed season. Each season of your life is a gathering of precious moments. Each one has its purpose, unique beauty, challenges, and blessings. Everything is always unfolding in accordance to the divine will of your soul. All is a blessing and forever blessed. I hope that you got something out of your reading, Line. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening, hun. Guys, if you're wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that if you're making a payment for one of the paid readings, that you're going and making that payment and then coming back and tell me how many cards that you paid for. Also, tonight around 8 o'clock, I will be going live on my YouTube channel to do some chakra healing as well as balancing of the elements within our body. If you're interested in that, it is free. Please come share this post. Share the post with others and bring some friends and family members along with you. I do have Rhonda, John, and Jen on the list. Again, if you're wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that you're making the payment for any paid readings and coming back and tell me how many cards that you paid for. Rhonda, you will be next. Which cards do I go to for Rhonda, please? Thank you. What messages do you have for Rhonda, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Rhonda. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher... Am I supposed to take this one? You're profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see with your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. I do feel like this card is screaming out that there's something that you're supposed to be sharing with others. I feel like this is a repeated message for you. There is a time coming very soon where you're going to have to be open to sharing what you've learned with others, as well as expanding on whatever it is that you're sharing. So there's something that is definitely awakening. More of something that is dormant is coming online, is what I'm hearing. You also have the release card, which tells me that there's something that you're not supposed to be doing anymore that you need to let go of. There is something that could be taking you further away from your purpose. This could be eating habits, drinking, addictions. It could be a lot of different things, just being in like a dense type of energy. However, it's asking you to let go and let God release anything that no longer serves you or your divine life purpose, and then move into the energy of excitement, passion, dedication, and commitment to whatever this is. I do feel like this has to do with the light language and connection with that, but I think it goes even further beyond this, which is another repeated message. I feel like it's going further than what you are now going. There's something that's meant to open even stronger, more powerful, maybe even a deepening of connections with races that you haven't connected with yet, or either you have connected with. Vacuum away any fear that you have in this situation. Fear, doubt, and insecurities are only holding you back. But it is asking you to let go of anything that could be weighing you down at this time. If you feel like it's weighing you down, then it is. Let go of it. Eating meat. I feel ya. A blessed heart. If you feel that something is missing, look within and you will find it. What is your heart saying? Your heart is the gateway to your soul, and your soul is the eternal you. Know that you are free, protected, and blessed. I hope that you got something out of your reading, hun. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Okay, I have John and then Jen. If anybody else is wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for $7 or 9 for $20. Make sure if you're making a payment for one of the paid readings that you're making that payment and then coming back and tell me how many cards you paid for. You're very welcome, sis. Much love to you. John, this next reading is going to be for you. Which cards do I go to for John, please? I'm seeing 2 different decks. Which deck do I start out with, please? Thank you. John, this is going to be for you, hun. What messages do you have for John, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for John. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for John. Love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for John. There's something that you're meant to turn over to the hands of your higher power, God, the universe, whatever it is that is a higher power than you. There's something that you need to turn it over. I do feel like there's something that's made you stay a little bit in your feelings. It could be taking you out of your element, making you feel a little bit down. If this is not something that you're already going through, then this is something that you're definitely getting ready to go through. This may have something to do with a relationship or relationships. I am feeling currently at this time just one relationship. However, it could be reflecting on more than one. There is something about this relationship, whether it be a love matter or just somebody that is a friend, a coworker, employer, or whatever it may be, that needs to be spoken. It needs to be brought out into the open. There are some things that need to be talked about at this time. I do feel like the more that you stay positive about this situation, the more that things are going to turn around for you even faster than what you were thinking. And I don't know that anything bad is really happening, but the word turnaround did come out. So there is something that maybe you're going to be revisiting, something that you've surrendered to the divine, something that you need to surrender to the divine is going to be coming back around. I don't know how soon. I don't know exactly who this is, but I do believe this is a person. Give me 2 more shuffles, please, for John. If it's not about a person directly, it's about something involving, a situation involving people. Yeah, there's definitely something that you need to ponder about, contemplate, think about, really pray and meditate and get guidance on. Prayer and asking what direction you need to take at this time. Should you be still? Should you move? Should you speak or not speak? Is there something that you need to change or not change? Things of that sort. There's just this whole feeling of needing to get into a state of silence to reflect on something. Again, if it's not about one individual, it could be about many, but I do feel like this is revolving around people in some way, shape, or form. It could even be referring to yourself, surrendering something about yourself over to the care of God or your higher power, and there's some decisions that you need to make about some things in your life. But either way it goes, there's definitely some decisions that need to be made, some time needing to be spent in prayer and meditation. Hi, Marissa. How are you, hon? There's 2 ahead of you. Guys, make sure if you're not yet subscribed to the channel that you subscribe so that you can get notifications when I go live. I am doing my business full time right now, so you will see me going live quite a bit to do free and paid readings. Make sure that you have the notification bell turned on so that you're able to get these notifications. Tonight at 8 o'clock, I am going live to do some chakra healing and some balancing of the elements. So make sure that you're coming and being a part of that as well. All right, a blessed gift. Something beautiful soon manifests. Trust that all is unfolding in the most perfect way for you and all concerned. Have faith and continue to hold positive and loving thoughts. A blessed gift is on its way. I hope that you got something out of your reading, John. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a lovely evening. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and read this second card. Almost everybody's had a second affirmation card that's came out, but I've only been reading one. But when I looked down and seen what it was, I just felt called to read it. It is a blessing in relationship. A current relationship is reflecting something that is wounded inside of you. A wound from long ago, perhaps even from a past life. Look within, find the part of you that is wounded, and send it love. All will heal, and you will be stronger and wiser for it. Again, I hope that you got something out of your reading, John. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. Have a wonderful evening. I have Jen and Marissa on the list. If you are wanting a reading, please put your name into the comments. 2 cards are free, 4 for $7 or 9 for $20. If you're paying for one of the paid readings, make sure that you're making that payment and then coming back and tell me how many cards that you've paid for, please. Right now, I have just got Jen and Marissa on the list. I have time for more people. You're very, very welcome, John. Have a wonderful evening, hun. I hope to see you guys tonight on the live here on YouTube. I am going to be going live doing some chakra healing as well as some balancing of the elements within our body. So please come and join us for that. That will be 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight here on YouTube. All right, guys, moving on. I'm going to go to Jen. Jen, this reading is going to be for you. Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. What messages do you have for Jen, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please. I am seeing the color blue, which instantly makes me think about the throat chakra and communication. So there may be a time when you're feeling like there is some sort of communication that needs to be had with somebody. This is a time of fiery type of energy. This is a message, Jen, that says that you can expect some sort of bouncy, enthusiastic, ecstatic type of energy. This is a time of things moving along and moving along swiftly for you. You may feel feel like you're kind of just in this bubble and just gliding along things, or going with the flow, or maybe you need to stay in this energy of going with the flow. But there is definitely a suggestion of being in the now moment, being in the present, and just flowing with the flow as it comes. There is blue being shown in this card as well. Continue with these cards, which reminds me again of some sort of communication that needs to be had. I do believe that this is communication with your higher self, asking for guidance on what your next steps are. But right now I feel like your next steps are just being in the present moment. You do have the fairy godmother and a Mickle that came out together, which tells me to not be so serious about the changes that you're making in your life at this time. I do feel like you're going after some sort of goals and aspirations, something that you desire, something that makes you happy and joyful, or brings in some sort of peace. While I'm looking at these cards, you do have 5225 as a message that's coming out, so you might want to look that number up on Sacred Scribes and see what kind of added message there is. But anyhow, as you're going after these things that you desire, and you're aligning with the things that you deserve, there is this message of not taking things too seriously. Learn how to be playful. Allow yourself to just be present in whatever mood or energy that you're in. And, again, not taking things too serious. Expect that some good things are on the way. I do feel like you have a lot of ancestors that are working with you at this time. So any kind of repeated messages that you're getting in your intuition, or these deep internal knowings that you have presented to you that you don't know how you know it, but you just know that you know that you know that you need to move in this direction, or move in that direction, or do this or do that, or what have you. This is definitely a good time for evolving and growth, is what I am hearing. What other message do you have for Jen, please? I have Jen and then Marissa. I'm almost done with Jen, so Marissa, you will be next. If there's anybody else that's wanting a reading, please put your name into the comments. I have plenty of time to do more readings. 2 cards are free, 4 for $7 or 9 for $20. Make sure that if you're making a payment for one of the paid readings, that you make that payment and then come back and tell me how many cards that you've paid for, so that you can get the right amount of cards, please. Give me just 1 card, please, for Jen. 1 card for Jen, please. Blessing without borders. In essence, we are living energy flowing through the ocean of human consciousness. Spiritual beings moving through cycles of life, birth, death, and rebirth. We are all interconnected and in communion with each other. No matter how much physical space appears to separate us, feel the blessed presence of someone you love in this moment in your heart. I hope that you got something out of your reading, Jen. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I do have Marissa next. There is nobody else on the list. If you are wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for $7 or 9 for $20. Please, if you're making a payment for one of the paid readings, make that payment and then come back and tell me how many cards you paid for, so I can put you on the list for the right amount of cards. I do have Marissa and nobody else on the list. Guys, just a reminder, I am going live tonight here on YouTube at 8 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be doing some healing on chakras, as well as balancing the elements in our body. So I hope to see you guys there. All right, moving on to Marissa. Which cards do I go to for Marissa, please? Thank you. I was seeing 2 different decks. Am I supposed to start with these first, or... Okay, I'm filling these first. Oh, I'm glad that you're that you resonate with your reading, Jen. I hope that it's a good cry that you're having right now. I'm assuming so, since it said that it made your day. I am very happy to hear that. Please come back and visit me again. Guys, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you can get notifications when I go live or when I post a video. I am doing this full time now. So, your support is greatly needed. Thank you guys for being here. I hope to see you tonight as we do some chakra healing. Sorry, I just had my computer's getting ready to shut down on me. Give me just a second, hun. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right, Marissa, this is going to be for you, hun. What messages do you have for Marissa, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Marissa. In love, romance, finance. I am seeing a ring. It is a white ring. And I'm not saying like a ring like you would put like jewelry. I'm talking about like a ring as if something is completed. And I do feel like whatever it is that has come into this completion cycle is something that is going to be very loyal, very trusting, very joyful. It's something that is very truthful. And, you know, this could be many things, but I feel like it's some sort of cycle that you have completed and it's taken you into a new cycle where it's just going to be a lot easier than what you've been experiencing in the past. You do have the Dark Lady, which tells me that this is a time of secrets being revealed, some sort of mysterious ways of being brought to the light. This could also be that there's some sort of talents, gifts, abilities that you have, some sort of supernatural type of abilities that you're connecting with. These are deepening and developing at this time. I do feel like you're somebody who knows a lot of things. This is like mysterious type of things. You may be somebody who's clairvoyant, have like clairaudience, clairsentience, telepathy, very connected with your intuition and discernment of spirit, your deep internal knowings, claircognizance. There is abilities that are realigning or aligning at this time that are helping you to become more in, I don't know how else to say it, but like this magical state of being. This is something that I feel like you at one time or another, or maybe even your whole entire life, but I feel like there was maybe some sort of time in your life when you wasn't connected this way or not as connected in this way, but now there's like something that's realigning, something that's coming back online, something that is being revamped or reinvented in some way, shape, or form, and it has to do with supernatural abilities or gifts, connections that you have. I do feel like it's time for you to like take your wings and fly, leave. It's almost like you're leaving something old behind and coming into a new energy that is more vibrant for you. I do feel like it's after a time of quite some time of rest, relaxation, going through a lot of healing, like past things, relationships, traumas from your past, maybe even past life connections, or maybe this is something that you're doing at this time that's helping you to move into this energy. Either way it goes, it is asking you to not really complain about the different challenges or changes that you're going through at this time, but only focus on the blessings that are happening for you. The changes that are happening for you are good changes, even if it doesn't feel like everything is exactly the way that it should be. It's exactly the way that it should be for now. This is asking you to just be focused on the now moment, also for you to stay in the present. In the present moments, focusing on now. Not too worried about what is going to happen in the future or what has happened in the past, but focusing on what you can do at this time to make yourself move forward. I feel like prayer, meditation, connection with things of the earth, crystals, maybe even doing things like I'm hearing casting spells. That's not usually something that I would suggest, but I am hearing casting spells. But this may mean something completely different for you. It may just have to do with setting intentions. That's also a form of casting spells. So affirmations are definitely a big thing of your life, or should be a big thing of your life right now. You may feel a little bit vulnerable at some point if you don't already. Speaking with others about some changes that are happening in your life. So ask and pray that whatever is meant to be said to people will be said, that the right words will come out of your mouth, that your words will be guided by Source God, the angels, and your higher self. And if it's not meant to be shared, that you'll be silent, that your mouth won't move, that no words will come out. And that's exactly what's going to happen. There is the color green here, which tells me that your heart has been going through some sort of transformation and some sort of pretty big change, or it is either now going through that. I do feel like you're very connected with, or in the process of awakening and getting very connected with Christ consciousness. This is higher consciousness, higher states and of awareness and higher states of being. This is you observing things from a different perspective, or learning lessons that are helping you to see things from a higher and much more evolved perspective on things. What other messages do you have for Marissa, please? Guys, I still have time for some readings. 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. If you're wanting a reading, please put your name into the comments. If you're paying for a paid reading, please make that payment and then come back and tell me how many cards that you're paying for, please. Right now, I have nobody else on the list. If I don't have anybody else to put on the list here soon, I will end this live feed and see you guys tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for some chakra healing. A blessed season. Each season of your life is a gathering of precious moments. Each one has its purpose, unique beauty, challenges, and blessings. Everything is always unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. It is all is a blessing and forever blessed. I hope that you got something out of your reading, Marissa. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Okay, again, guys, I don't have anybody else on the list. If you're wanting a reading, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Hi, Lady Lucy. How are you, honey? You will be next. Is it okay if I call you Lucy? Thank you for subscribing. Guys, just a reminder, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be going live here on YouTube to do thank you, Marissa. Much love to you, honey. I will be going live here on YouTube to do some chakra healing as well as balancing of our elements in the body at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you guys here. Invite people, share the post, explaining that I'm going live tonight. Help me to get my channel up and growing. You guys are my way of advertising my support, so I thank you guys so much for all that you do. Lucy, you are going to be next, hon. Let's see, which cards do I go to for Lucy, please? I see in several decks. Which cards do I go to for Lucy, please? Thank you. What messages do you have for Lucy in love, romance, finance, ascension messages? Messages from Spirit or Higher Self, please, for Lucy in love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Okay, there's something that's happening with a friendship that could be turning into a love relationship, or either a friendship that is developing and developing very strongly. I do see a yellow heart, which usually is an indicator of some sort of love. It doesn't have to be romantic love, but it is an indicator of love. The color yellow lets me know that it's something that you can trust and be like have some sort of courage that things are going to work out, whether or not it is a romantic relationship or a friendship. However, a red heart usually means romance. A yellow heart usually means some sort of coming together or unity within a friendship. I do see 66 up on the screen, so you may want to look that number up. It is a number of relationships coming together, unity, and balance in multiple areas of your life. What messages do you have? Thank you. Am I supposed to take both of these? So you do have the Ten of Swords, which normally would give me kind of a yucky feeling, or a feeling of things not being so good. However, this is a good reading on this Ten of Swords. There is the death or the ending of something, some sort of situation in your life. It could have to do with a relationship or relationships, because this message is about a relationship. Whatever it is, there is a feeling that there has been some sort of delays. There's also an emotional attachment, an emotional bond of some way, shape, or form that could be kind of given you a challenge, or maybe given another person involved a challenge. However, I do feel like whatever kind of delays are happening right now, or delays that need to happen. There is some sort of back and forth, up and down type of emotions. Again, however, I don't feel like this is a bad ending. I feel like it's something that's going to bring on some really good energy. You do have the sun and the moon wrapped up into one energy right here, which tells me that something is going to be illuminated for you. You're going to see exactly how something is meant to be, or why it's meant to be that way. And there's also a little bit of secretive type of energy. So there's something that spirit guides, your higher self is keeping from you at this time. There is a deserving type of energy, some sort of energy that's coming towards you that you're very deserving of, or I feel like there's some changes that are helping you to see what you are deserving of. And I feel like this is a time of setting boundaries with yourself and not letting yourself move into energies that are not in alignment with what you desire. Set boundaries with yourself so that you're not doing things that you don't want to do. Including being in friendships or in relationships, whether it's a love relationship or a friendship or a co-worker relationship, or, whatever it may be. I do kind of feel like I need to get you one more card, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, Jolie, are you wanting to know if you're going to marry an old billionaire? Is that the question? You are the next person on the list, hon. What other messages do you have for Lucy, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Lucy. Lucy, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages. You're going through a lot that has to do with your heart chakra. So this could be your emotions going through some sort of challenges or changes. It could be that you're seeing things in a true light as they truly should be. I do feel like you have gone through some energies of like people deceiving you by things that they've said or done or not said or done. And now you're moving into more of this energy of seeing exactly... you're going into this energy of seeing exactly what you want and don't want, and you're only allowing yourself to accept what is in alignment with you and what you want and desire for your life at this time. Give me one more shuffle, please. One more shuffle. Yeah, you can see yourself successful when it comes to connections and relationships. In the very near future, you have a lot of people around you that are seeing you for who you truly are. There's something about seeing truth as truth is presented, and I feel like this is more about like you have changed some sort of aspect of yourself, or either multiple aspects of yourself, and now people are seeing you in the true light that you are. There is this message of loyalty and genuinity. So relationships that you're coming into, whether it's one or more, you can expect that these are going to be genuine, but it's because of the boundaries that you've set up in the beginning of the relationship, so that they know what you will accept and what you won't accept. So, this is a good reading. A little bit of ups and downs in this message, but it's for a good reason. Any time that you're feeling like you've been deceived by somebody, it's so that you can learn to not put up with that kind of energy and move in a way of people that won't treat you that way. A blessing woven in truth. Have the courage to speak your truth, and a heavy burden will be lifted. It is best that everyone involved know where they stand. The truth will set both you and others free. This is a blessing for all concerned, but most of all for you, dear one. I hope that you got something out of your reading, Lucy. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. You're very, very welcome, Lucy. Much love to you, hon. I'm glad that helps you. I do have Jolie and then Davino. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but can you let me either know your first name or let me know what to call you or put you on the list? Guys, again, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that if you are making a payment for one of the Diana, thank you, honey. Okay, if you're making a payment for one of the paid readings, make sure that you're making that payment and coming back and tell me how many cards you paid for, please. I do have Jolie and Diana on the list. I still have time for more people. Just a reminder, tonight I will be going live at 8 o'clock here on YouTube on this channel to do some free healing on the chakras as well as a balance of the elements within the body. Okay, again, if you guys are wanting to be put on the list, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that if you're making a payment for a paid reading, that you're making that payment and coming back and tell me how many cards you paid for, please. Thank you. I've so far got Jolie and Diana on the list. Jolie, all the while, I feel like your message may be like a funny, or you may just be really asking this, but I kind of feel like it's a question that is a funny if it's not. I'm going to go ahead and answer it anyway. Instantly, when I read this question, I heard a laugh inside and then I got a no, but I'm going to go ahead and do a reading and see what it says for you anyway. What messages do you have for Jolie, please, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Jolie, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Jolie. There are some energies around you that you need to clear. This could be the energies of other people that is around you. Jolie, I do feel like you're somebody who gets energies attached to you pretty well. This could be due to you not putting a hedge of protection around yourself. So make sure that before you even get up out of bed that you're putting some sort of hedge of protection around you, some sort of energy field that is saying, you know, if energy comes my way that could attach to my body, send it back where it came from. And make sure that you're doing this on a daily basis. There's definitely some energy that you're holding on to that are coming from other people and situations that you're around. It could be coworkers, family members, loved ones, people that are not even in your vicinity anymore. However, you've somehow got their energy attached to you. You do have the Four of Hearts, which tells me that there could be a situation in your life that you're not really seeing the bigger picture for. I do feel like there's some sort of emotions attached to this. This could be that you're blaming somebody for your past or the way that your past ended up, or either the past is weighing on you pretty heavy at this time. However, know that nothing is really wrong and that you need to see the bigger picture in this situation. I do feel like you're going through a time of the emotions being challenged right now. You could have sometimes where cries, tears of not even knowing why you're crying are coming and going, but I feel like it's because you're not really in the space that you want to be in completely. There is something about working towards some sort of goals or having goals that you can work towards at this time. You do have the Retriever, Ibel, the Retriever, which tells me that there are some things that are meant for you, that are meant to come back to you. Some things that maybe you have tackled in the past. It may be relationships. It could be a career path. It could be even something to do with people coming back into your life. But whatever this is saying that whatever is returning to you at full capacity. It's returning to you and bringing you joy, peace, and some sort of contentment with your emotions. It may be something that you've left behind or has left you behind, and now it's coming back to you healed, improved, in a better situation, or what have you. When it comes to marrying an old millionaire, I am not getting anything off of that. I don't know if that question was a serious question or not, but I'm really not getting anything from that. The blessing of a door closing. One moment, nothing is happening, then everything seems to happen at once. A door soon closes, but before you know it, another one opens. You walk through into a bright new life, one in which you can be who you truly are. I hope that you got something out of this reading, Jolie. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Much love to you. Okay, Diana, I have you next, hun. All right, guys. If you're wanting to be put on the list, 2 cards are free, 4 for 7 or 9 for 20. Make sure that if you're making a payment for one of the paid readings that you're making that payment and then coming back and telling me how many cards you paid for, please. Otherwise, you're just going to get the 2 free. Just a reminder, tonight I'm going to be going live at 8 o'clock to do some chakra healing as well as balancing out the elements within the body. So if you're interested in that, please share that post and make sure that you're inviting your friends and family or anybody that you feel may be somebody who needs that kind of healing. Diana, this message is going to be for you. Which cards do I go to, please, for Diana? I've seen several different decks. Which cards do I go to for Diana, please? Both of these. Which cards do I go to first? Thank you. Okay, Diana, this is going to be for you, hun. What messages do you have for Diana, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Diana. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Diana. What messages do you have for Diana, please? Love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Diana. There's some sort of fog that's being lifted. This could be a fog that you've been in that's kind of kept you from knowing all the answers or knowing exactly what's your next steps, or maybe it's a fog about multiple situations. But there is a message that's saying that there's some things that you need to let go of at this time and release. Ask yourself the question, what do I need to release at this time? What is keeping me from getting closer to that in which I desire, and what is keeping me moving me further away from that in which I desire? My goals, dreams, and aspirations. What is it that you need to let go of at this time? Pray, ask, set intentions, and maybe even watch guided meditations to help you to cut cords with certain situations, people, and things in your life at this time. Yes, 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 I'm hearing. Anytime I hear yes, 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 that is an indicator that I'm completely spot on with what I'm saying. I feel like there's some sort of story that's to be told. I feel like you're in this period of learning to, or how, or what you need to do to make some sort of legacy for yourself. I feel like some of the challenges, some of the life experiences and life lessons that you've went through are definitely leading you to where you are moving forward and currently, and in some situations that are going to be very fruitful in the near future. The Fool tells you that it's time for you to take some sort of big leap of faith, to put your time and energy into a situation, a person, place, or thing or situation that is something that you've been asking for, working towards achieving. Maybe you've went through a lot of challenges and a lot of letting go and letting God, and just being faithful and trusting and being patient in the process that it would work. And now this is, a time of you just moving forward in whatever this is, knowing that it is the right timing. The timing is here. Divine timing is definitely at play. This is a message of happiness. It's also a message of coming together with friendships and unity when it comes to partnerships in some way, shape, or form. However, a big reminder to let go of whatever is not serving you at this time, whatever is not in alignment with, your divinity at this time, and move forward. I do feel like you are leaving some things behind that are going to give you a little bit of grief, but I feel like it's a good grief. Like you're finally, grateful for being able to let go of and release whatever this thing is that you're letting go of. However, it's something that you've had, maybe a big part of your life has been involved in it, and letting go sometimes can cause a little bit of just sadness or questions as to what's my next steps, or what's going to happen now that I let go of so and so, or such and such, or whatever it may be. But again, this is a message that you've got this, you've already got this, you're moving into an energy of stability in some sort of area of your life, and you can count your blessings and know that even more blessings are coming. Stay positive, stay thankful is what I am getting, and grateful for the blessings that are coming into your life, as well as the blessings that are, or the things that are being taken away. Count them as blessings as well, because they are blessings. When something is moved out of our life and we move into a new energy, or a new door is open because of that thing that's being moved, then it ends up being something that's very good for us. So just know that there is something that's coming that is really good for you. There isn't going to be a whole lot of ups and downs in this situation anymore. I feel like the time of like fighting for this, or the challenges that may come with whatever this is that it's referring to, are just about over, or are currently over. This could be referring to several situations or things in your life, but I feel like in particular there's a couple different things that it's referring to, and one of those things have to do with like your peace of mind, and just feeling like your mind can relax and you don't have to worry or stress about the way that things are coming. And I feel like the other thing has to do with forward movement, and knowing that what is meant for you, it has came to you, and it's came to you right on time, just in time. What other messages do you have for Diana, please? A blessed season. Each season of your life is a gathering of precious moments. Each one has its purpose, unique beauty, challenges, and blessings. Everything is always unfolding in accordance with the divine will, of your soul. All is a blessing and forever blessed. I hope that you got something out of your reading, Diana. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Okay, guys, if no one else is wanting a reading, I am going to go ahead and end this live feed. I will wait just a couple more minutes just to see if anybody else wants to have a reading. I do not have anybody currently on the list. Just another reminder, if you're wanting to be a part of the live healing tonight for our chakras, as well as balancing the elements within our body, I will be going live at 8 Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. Make sure that you are subscribing to get any kind of notifications that could come in the near future for any kind of live events, any videos that I may be sharing, or what have you. 111, guys, you can look that up on Sacred Scribes. Let's see. Me too, Rhonda. Me too. Hey, while we're sitting here talking about this, do you want to go on screen with me to allow me to do the healing directly to you and have it be effective for everybody else watching? If not, that's completely fine. But I've been thinking about it all day and thought maybe you might want to do that. It would just be just like I do any other appointment. I would be addressing you just like any other appointment that I would do, and then it would be felt by all involved in the live feed. Completely up to you, though. No worries if not. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, honey. I think it's going to be powerful too, Rhonda. You're very welcome, Diana. Okay, guys, I am going to go ahead and end this live feed. I hope that just don't leak it on your Facebook. I wouldn't do that. Unless you told me to. No worries. No worries at all. So expect me to be sending you an invite. All right, guys, much love to you. Thank you all for being here and being of support. I hope to see you guys tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time so that we can do some healing on our chakras and balance out the elements within our body. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. See you guys in several hours. Much love to you. Bye.